Ron Hosen, investments update, March 7th, not the end, part 2. I promised you earlier in the other one that I would give you my view of the world. My view of the world is, I don't know what the hell's going on. But I'll tell you some things to pay attention to. One is, when people talk glibly about Chinese progress, moving 30 million people a year from poverty in the countryside, probably to poverty in the city, these are, this is supposed to be a culture of people with tight families, tight communities. You move 30 million people, even in America, where nobody knows anybody else, and where they build walls around their mansions to keep people away. Even in America, if you move 30 million people, you would have disruptions of relationships, you would have unpredictable behavior. And frankly, I don't believe in the Chinese economy. I mean, I know it's a miracle going from where they were 30 years ago to now. I don't believe in the Chinese economy from now to utopia. I mean, I understand they're good at stealing technology. One guy on TV said they stole the Google source code. I have no idea. I don't even know what a source code is. I don't even know what a vacuum is. But, education is a hard business. It's really hard. I mean, you don't have to be as smart as me to be good at it. But you have to have the feel. And I don't, I think an authoritarian society would be hard-pressed to educate masses, even though apparently they're highly motivated. And India, a country where people drink sewer water and 1/3 of the population is illiterate and is probably less corrupt than no other nation on earth except Afghanistan, I wouldn't worry about that. If you're a programmer or if you're an IT person, I would worry about some well-trained Indian getting your job without leaving India. That you can worry about. But that's an American problem. Apparently, all the countries in Europe have banking systems that are insolvent, and they're covering it up. I mean, the debt load in Europe can't be paid. So it's a question of how the default will be handled. And in America, there'll be the question of how will the personal defaults be handled? How will the mortgage defaults be handled? Some state governments or local governments, and perhaps the federal government. You can handle defaults, but people have to take a hit. See, accountants let you know that. That's, if you take an accounting course, they'll tell you that if you can't pay, then you're going to have a default. You need at least an IQ of 3 to understand that. Every time consumption rises in the U.S., Chinese GDP goes up, and the American balance of payments goes down, and we export more dollars. Maybe the U.S. will suddenly find that it can export as much as it imports. You have to look a long way back to find that. And as you get less labor intensive and more technology intensive solutions to things businesses do, it's going to go abroad. So I don't see any end to the exporting of jobs. American corporations, many of them are quite profitable, and that's good. They found that they don't need labor, and you know they may do well, and those would be stocks at the right price to buy. But in terms of the economy, prospering in the long term, I don't know where it's going to come from. I mean, give me an example of something that's working. So, maybe what we've got is what we'll have for a long time. Korea has wired all its schools. I think they've wired most of the houses with high-speed internet. And they've turned out a first-rate educational system. I don't think we need to worry about the United States matching that. So, will the world need natural resources? Yeah. Will it need agricultural products? Yeah. So, I'd look toward that. I can't believe that I've still got time left and I have no ideas. Essentially, I don't really feel like I know what's going on in equity markets. But, you know, I expect to live for a year. Will the U.S. survive for a year? Yeah, I think so. Probably longer. Will it achieve its greatness? Don't worry about greatness of countries. That's a fascist idea. If you believe in individualism, then go out and make your garden grow, and maybe help somebody make their garden grow. And then, you know, do what human beings do. Make friends, engage in purposeful activities that you enjoy and can make a living at. Okay, gang, that's it.